Back on the Canada Day long weekend, which is July 1st every year, a bunch of local boaters from the Lagoon City area had all got together and decided to put together this parade of boats, shall we say, to mark the occasion. Of course, as soon as we saw the parade of boats going by, we understood what was going on, as they were all decked out in Canada flags and so on and so forth. And so I did one of two things. First of all, I found a good rendition of a good, powerful rendition of "Oh Canada" on my Spotify app on my phone. So I plugged it into the stereo on the boat and cranked that out to show our patriotism and a little bit of support for these folks. And the second thing I did was, of course, get out the Phantom drone to fly over and capture as much as I did. Now, in my haste to get out there to get to where they were going, I simply took off and flew as far as I could. I was trying to get a little bit ahead of them so I could actually catch their turnaround. But given the fact that there's a large stand of trees between where I was standing and where the boats were going to, I lost the signal. You can see it right here where I started getting like a losing signal on my phone on the screen. And so I decided, well, I'm going to turn the thing around and back up a little bit, get a little bit closer. But sadly, at that point, I totally lost connection with the Phantom 3 and was now powerless, as I couldn't see where it was, nor could I get back in communication with it. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be saying, well, hey, hold on there, Paul. I thought that this thing had a return to home feature, that if you lost communication with it, that it would automatically return to its point of departure where it took off. Well, yes, but the previous time that I had been using it, I turned that feature off and I set it to hover, because you can do that. So if it loses communication, it'll just hover as opposed to trying to land. And the reason I did that was because we were out in the middle of the lake and I took off from the boat, from Boogaboo, out on the open water while the boat was moving. So of course, if I lost transmission, I didn't want to try and land where it was when it took off, because that would have been open water and that would have been the end of the drone. So I had set it to hover, but forgot to put it back to return to home mode. And like I said, I did this all in haste because I was just so excited. So this is the result. A lot of just hovering there in place. And as you can see, it's starting to rain. So where am I in all of this? I am running around like a madman trying to find the highest point that I could in and around the boat. And I'm literally swinging the transmitter up in the air trying to regain transmission or regain connection with the drone. Which I was fortunately able to do because I climbed up onto the fly bridge, being the highest point there, and and was able to get the signal back. But of course, by this point, it had started raining more and more. As fascinating as this video feed looks, there was a sweaty and somewhat panicky Paul on the other end trying to get it back. And of course, as soon as I went up the fly bridge, because that's where Anchor Girl was sitting, it's like, what's the problem? You lost your drone. You crashed the drone. No, I just lost signal, but I'll get it back, honey. Of course, at this point, I did not know where it was. And in my mind, I was thinking it just kept sailing out towards the open lake. And I briefly thought about jumping in the car and driving out towards the lake to try and find a signal, but again, like if it had veered off to the right, to the left, gone up or down, who knows. So this is what I was doing in a desperate attempt to try and regain connection with the thing. So as you can see right there, the good news is clearly I regained connection with the Phantom 3, and as soon as I did, I hightailed it back home because, again, it's raining and I did not want to have the thing damaged or lost as a result of the rain coming down. You can see the odd raindrop accumulating on the lens of the camera, but nonetheless, it's still pretty neat footage if you ask me. So here I am flying the thing back pretty quickly, and now at this point I'm sure I would have been able to actually see it, if not seen it, but heard the drone of the drone as it's heading back towards me. See me stepping off the boat. There's Boogaboo right down there to the bottom right, and I am walking out and into the parking lot, into the drippity drops of the raindrops, and breathing a sigh of relief. There I am walking up the dock there, and just, oh yeah, okay baby. So I just wanted to get it in a position where I can see it, visually see it, and bring it down slowly and bring it back home. I may look upset in the video, but I'm actually smiling on the inside. Trust me. So here I am back on the boat, taking it upstairs to show Anchor Girl, who is shaking her head in disgust. And I'm like, that was close. I'm so glad that one of us has a sense of humor. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss any of the new videos coming out. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Daily updates there, and always lively conversation on Facebook, so you don't want to miss it. And you can also follow us at boatsbeachesandbars.com, where you're going to find even more links to all sorts of neat things, including our online store. And you'll find all the links to everything mentioned up here, down there in the description, so you'll have no excuse not to follow along. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.